Welcome. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Cultural Coast. I'm Theresa and I'm in my dining room. I am not at the Sarasota Garden Club. And you know what? Neither are you. Neither are you. But you are still, nonetheless, fabulous, unique, brilliant, creative, intelligent. You're a brilliant expression of this thing called life. We are all spiritual beings. We are all spiritual beings here to wake up together to uplift this human experience that we're having so that we indeed recognize that we live and move and have our being in a loving and supportive universe, right? That we see it everywhere, that we feel it deeply, that we know it and experience it, that we express it, that we move from that place, and that we allow it to move us. That's what we're here to do with one another. And this journey, this whole year, is called Living Everyday Wonder. That's our theme. So that we can experience that every day in every way, no matter what is going on. I wish you were with me and I could hear you say amen. But amen. Can I have an amen from this gallery? Amen. Amen is right. This month is all about play. Play as a spiritual practice. Play as a spiritual activity. Play as that thing in nature which is already inherently here for each one of us, moving in us, trying to nudge and get our attention. And last week, we sought Spirit's download, right? We asked, how does Spirit want to play in, as, and through us? And I hope you got something from that, and that you continue to open and lean into that pool of Spirit that is lighthearted and playful. I think even in the midst, or especially in the midst of things that feel difficult, there's a natural movement, a natural harmony, a rhythm within us that wants to uplift, that wants to enlighten and refresh ourselves, to lift ourselves, to lighten our burden for ourselves. And then when we do that for everyone. It's easy to get lost in the conditions. But we have a biblical reminder that I think is a really good one. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. We have that opportunity and that invitation each and every breath. Yes? So, play, it's lightheartedness. And it brings light to what feels dark, right? And we can be that light for each other, and we can create from that light. And if you think about the whole world waking up and creating from that light, wow. It's a great place to be, isn't it? Yeah. Not conditioned by the world's events, but in a place of recreating new events for the world. Freedom to play in the realm of mind. Let's do that now. As we begin this time together, we begin it with conscious intention to uplift and up-level our awareness of how this world works and who we are in the midst of it and what's our part to play. And so I affirm for each one of us that there's something in the music, something in the message, something in your constitution and your discipline to wake up this morning, even though there was a time change, and be present for the play of life, for that movement of life, how it wants to move in, as, and through, and dance, and play, and sing, and create through you uniquely, divinely, inspirationally. I affirm for each one of us that there is that with the capital T that inspires, that enjoys life to its fullest. this moment, this day, now. And so it is. And so we have brought church to my house. So we have a treat. We have Elaine Silver here to do our music. We have Jennifer Johnston to do the reading, and they're all right here. And so we're playing, dancing around the dining room table for you this morning. So here's Elaine.
Okay. Good morning, good morning. Yes, I definitely am an uplifter. I know that that's my purpose, or one of my purposes, to be an uplifter. And Mindy Simmons was an amazing uplifter, and most of you know that she made her transition about a month ago, I think, almost. And so I wanted to acknowledge her and to commemorate her with one of her really funny songs, and it's about our state. She even called this the new state song for Florida. And it's called Ain't Florida Neat. Oh, we got roaches the size of Texas, and they got wings so they can fly. They're full of protein. You think I'm kidding? Hey, my mom can feed an army with her sweet palmetto pie. Yum, yum. We got fire ants. Well, those cute little fire ants, they're so tiny that they can't hurt a thing. But then they'll swarm you. No, they don't warn you. They all get sick, get ready, one blows a whistle, and you can see they sting right up to your kneecaps. We got seaweed in our bathing suits. We got sand spurs in our feet. We're kicking back with Jimmy's margaritas, swatting sandflies and mosquitoes. Ain't Florida neat? That's your part. Woohoo! Ain't Florida neat? Yeah, mosquitoes. We got mosquitoes. And all the females suck your blood and make you itch. It's satisfying. No, I ain't lying. When one bites you, you slap her dead and say, I got you. Then there's love bugs. I hate love bugs. Well, let's see, is there a stronger word than hate? A bug that gets it way more than I do. You know they're hooked up for a lifetime. I can't even get a date. Oh man, don't you say, oh man. Yeah, we've got red tide in our oceans. There's rotten fishes down on the beach. We're kicking back with Jimmy's margaritas, fighting gators for our golf balls. Ain't Florida neat? Ain't Florida neat? Yeah, it is. Yeah, we got reptiles. Oh, lots of reptiles. We got snakes and frogs and gecko lizards too. They eat the insects, so they have my full respect. Yeah, I'd hate to live in Florida without them, wouldn't you? We got seaweed in our bathing suits. We got sand spurs in our feet. We're kicking back with Jimmy's margaritas, dodging possums on the highways, fighting gators for golf balls, racing snowbirds for parking. Ain't Florida neat? Ain't Florida neat? Yes, it is. Okay, thank you. Oh no.
Thank you for starting us off in the right spirit of play, Elaine. I'm Jennifer Johnston. The first reading this morning is from the Science of Mind magazine. Experience the joy of spirit. I covenant for my joyous song of life, and will do nothing to be joyful. My joy is the joy of the spirit. By Emma Curtis Hopkins. There is a laughter of God. Let's laugh it. There is a song of the universe. Let's sing it. There is a hymn of praise. Let's praise it. There is a joy, a beauty. There is a deep, abiding peace. Let's experience it, said Ernest Holmes. My joy is the joy of spirit. My love, the heartbeat of the divine. I live and breathe and have my being in the body of the infinite mind. The universe's stage delights and dazzles me, and joy springs forth from me in wild abandon. There is no measurement of God's expression and no limits to my own. I open my eyes and see before me the absolute givingness of life. I rest in the spirit of life and dwell only on its good. I listen deeply to the symphony of the universe and open my heart fully to the abundance of love and joy that expresses as me and through me the music of the divine. I open my mind and allow my new reality to be one of infinite good, infinite beauty, infinite contentment. Spirit shapes the magnificence of my life, and I direct it with loving authority. I am a songbird that knows only one note, the sweetness of remembering exactly who I am. I let Spirit use me to my fullest. Every thought and deed are the activities of the infinite mind, and my life is an unmeasurable and incomparable goodness, overflowing my cup with holy wonder and certainty. I give the wholeness of me to the wholeness of God's grace. I revel in its jubilation of the life I get to live. I am joy unfolding, and I need be nothing more. The affirmation is, my joy is the joy of spirit, and I am grateful for its unfoldment in me. And I'll end with a prayer from Ernest Holmes. Today I am filled with joy. I let every sense of depression or heaviness depart from my mind and let my soul be lifted up in song to the giver of all life and to the joy of living. Joy is my companion, happiness my comrade. There is a song in my heart, singing unto the Creator of all things, and there is an invisible chorus responding through everything in nature and every person I meet. I proclaim this day to be one of happiness, of thanksgiving and praise to the Most High God, to the divine presence that inhabits eternity and has a dwelling place in my own soul. I express joy and gratitude to this inner presence, my God in my heaven. And so it is.
So it is.
It's beautiful, Jennifer, and we just decided yesterday to be prayer partners, and so I'm so excited about that. And on the ride over here from my house to Theresa and Bobby's, I wrote some haiku poems, and laughing just feels good. It's the best medicine. Ha 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 ha. A daily practice to tap into joy and light. Thank God I'm conscious. And how you talked about a daily reminder, it's so important to keep that. Creative juices are flowing freely right now as I co-create. What I really want is for all to be happy and find joy within. And I'm so grateful to be in the presence of God's peace, love, and joy. And I wanted to do this song that I wrote in 2020 during the pandemic, and it's called The Male Brain. And studies show that women speak 2 to 3 times as many words than men speak. So if men speak 1,000 words a day, women speak 2,000 or 3,000. This is a generalization, Bob. I have experienced it many times, and I applaud my husband James for his patience. And it came to me in the pool. I was in the pool swimming, and he was out there with the net cleaning it a little bit, and I mean doing that. And I asked him a question, and he didn't answer. So I said, "Oh, that's right." And then this song came out called "The Male Brain." Never ask a man a question when he's doing something. Only ask a man a question when he's doing nothing. It's the male brain. It makes me insane. They can't multitask, so I'll have to wait to ask. Never tell a man a story when he's in his glory, focusing on one thing and the money that it might bring. It's the male brain. It makes me insane. Multitasking is hell, so I have to wait to ask or tell. Now here I rectify myself. I can be conscious, I can be kind. I'm filled with awareness when I'm using my mind. So the male brain helps me choose to refrain from saying every little gosh darn detail that's going on in my brain. Never ask a man a question when he's doing something. Only ask a man a question when he's doing nothing. When he's doing nothing, and nothing is something. And so it is.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so Bobby and I were having our own little personal moment over here with that. That was great. Thank you, Elaine.
Yeah.
So great. So great. And Jennifer, I loved both of those, that reading and that prayer. Just so spot on. That song, Elaine, reminds me of the little boy Johnny. He goes to school, he goes to Sunday school, and he learns all about, how Eve came from the rib of Adam. And so fast forward a few days, and Johnny's laying on the floor in the living room. He's clutching his side, and he's whining and rolling around. His mom comes over. Johnny, what's wrong? What's wrong? He says, Mom, I got a pain in my side. I think I'm having a wife. We got canned laughter here, just for effect today. I think we have a human tendency. We have a human tendency to get caught up in our own busyness, and we get tunnel vision, right? Or we get caught up in the conditions of the world, and today that would probably sap our energy and pull us down. We forget who we are when we do that. We forget who we are. We forget to tap into the joy and the peace and the love that is, and the wonder of the world, which is an endless reservoir within us. It is an endless reservoir within. And so, as I said in my opening, we're looking at play all month long. Play as a spiritual principle, a sacred activity, and when we recognize it as that, it helps us tap into the pool of joy, right? Joy is necessary, I think, for us to have a complete expression of this thing called life. Joy, to feel that joy that just wells up inside of us, really for every reason and no reason at all, right? And have you ever noticed the playfulness in nature? Just this sheer playfulness of nature. We have dancing frogs, and we have leaping lizards, and we have red-lipped batfish, and we have fireflies, and we have giraffes, and we have zebras and monkeys, and you and me, right? Like, life is fun. And play is healing. It is healing to the mind, body, heart, and soul of each one of us. But maybe you are asking yourself, and so I need to make note of, is play appropriate right now with a war going on? Is play appropriate for us? I actually had a minister friend ask that question this week. I'm going to let Viktor Frankl, the Holocaust survivor, answer that question. Viktor Frankl said, I would never have made it if I could not have laughed. It lifted me momentarily out of this horrible situation just enough to make it livable. So yes, it is appropriate. Humor and laughter bring lightness into our lives. Humor and laughter, and it helps us bring light into the darkness, into those things that we feel are heavy. It brings a sense of lightness. It refreshes us. It strengthens us so that then we are in a good place to do our good work in the world. Then we do the work that needs to be done. Then we're strengthened and fortified to do the change work that needs to be done, right? And it facilitates then healing on a whole different level. And this philosophy, science of mind, and the latest research, scientific research, show that it's a darn good idea, you know? So I want to start with you asking yourself this question: how often do you laugh? And I mean really laugh. How often do you laugh? Just think about that for a minute. Because we're going to begin looking at stress and the effects on our mind and body. And this information comes from the Mayo Clinic. They tell us that stress has a serious impact on, obviously, our mood and the state of our mind, right? And it causes or contributes to anxiety, irritability, depression, lack of motivation, and feelings of overwhelm. And it affects us physically too. It affects our body tempo. Now, there's a lot of information out there to be found on this. We don't have to just go to Mayo Clinic, but that usually is a first stop for me. But there's a lot of information, and it really is at this point, I think, in the history of humanity, is common knowledge that negative feelings, stress, sadness, worry, all of that has a negative impact on our health. And every Sunday, I think in some way or another, I am encouraging you, because I think there's a tendency in this teaching to do it, to not spiritual bypass. Not say, okay, it's just everything's good, everything's good, everything's good, and work around this little issue. We need to look at the issue, and when we stare at it, it diffuses its energy. You know, it becomes the nothingness. It dissolves into the nothingness from which it came. It's not an entity of its own. Whereas truth, love, peace, joy, the qualities of the divine that we all came from, are made of, that's entity. That's truth. So we look at to diffuse. We look at it so it's not influencing our day-to-day activities. We look at it and call it what it is, right? So you may need help. And if you do need help with that, seek help. Seek a practitioner, seek a minister, seek a psychiatrist. I spent a lot of time on a psych's couch, you know. Studies out of the University of Minnesota talk about the importance of this. And I'm going to read this word for word, because I think it's a powerful statement that comes from the medical industry, comes from research. Quote, poorly managed negative emotions are not good for your health. Negative attitudes and feelings of helplessness and hopelessness can create chronic stress, which upsets the body's hormone balance, depletes the brain chemicals required for happiness, and it damages the immune system. That's important right now, right? Chronic stress can actually decrease our lifespan. Okay, we're in a pandemic, so it's crucial for us to keep ourselves light, right? Science, I'm back to the quote, science has now identified that stress shortens our telomeres, which are the end caps of our DNA strands, which cause us to age more quickly. Oh, that's going to get someone's attention. It gets mine. You know, I remember hearing we don't stop playing because we grow old. We grow old because we stop playing, right? So back to University of Minnesota. They continue and say, poorly managed or repressed anger, that hostility that sometimes lives in the belly, is also related to a slew of health conditions such as hypertension, high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease, digestive disorders, and infection. And so contrary to what a family member told me this week, we can change our subconscious mental activity. That's what this teaching is all about. We do it consciously. Ernest Holmes told us, and I have found this to be personally true, so it's one of those things I know that I know that I know that I know. A trained mind is more powerful than an untrained mind. A trained mind is more powerful than an untrained mind. We can consciously assist our body in reducing the stress hormones, right? Yes. We can consciously improve our cardiac health, triggering the release of endorphins, which are our natural painkillers, boosting our T cells. Positive thinking and a good attitude contributes to good health. And we know this. We know this. It's been proven time and time again. Catherine Ripperger Fenwick, she authored the book called Healing with Humor. She says, your body cannot heal without play. Your mind cannot heal without laughter. And your soul cannot heal without joy. So this humor is serious stuff, right? It's serious stuff. So I've got another question for you to tap into. What thought, belief, or habit most contributes to your stress? Tap in. What thought, belief, or habit most contributes to your stress? And then how can you change it? How can you change it to better support your health and happiness? Those answers are in you. They're in each one of us. In Science of Mind, we help ourselves. And we help other people heal. And how do we do that? Ernest Holmes said, we heal thoughts, not people. And then he goes on to say that it's by the changing of psychological thought patterns. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Man, laughter's free. I don't know of any other medication that's free. Laughter's free and it's natural. It's free and it's natural. I'm going to reiterate the statement that that Jennifer read of Ernest Holmes. It comes from his book, Ideas of Power. There is the laughter of God. Let's laugh it. It's here. It's all around us. The laughter of God. The playfulness of God. Let's laugh it. There's a song of the universe. Let's sing it. There's a hymn of praise. Let's praise it. Yeah. There's joy, a beauty, and a deep, abiding peace. Let's experience it. It's here. It's free. It's here. It's free. That's living everyday wonder. Now I'm going to go back to Mayo Clinic. The benefits of laughter. There's short-term and long-term benefits I'm going to cover. Short-term benefits. When you laugh, it doesn't just make you feel better, it also induces changes in the body. Laughter can stimulate many organs. The intake of oxygen alone stimulates the heart, the lungs, the muscles, and increases endorphins that are released by the brain. It activates and relieves your stress responses. You know, that feel-good, relaxed feeling that we get. It soothes tensions. It stimulates circulation. It aids muscle relaxation. It helps reduce some physical symptoms of stress like that. And then the long-term effects, it improves your immune system. I already talked about that. So we know that negative thoughts release chemical reactions that bring more stress into the body, decreasing our immunity. So being stressed about COVID, being stressed, we're like giving ourselves a double whammy, right? We want to undo that. We want to undo that because by contrast, positive thoughts release neuropeptides that help us fight stress and potentially even more serious illnesses. Long-term effects of laughter help us relieve pain. It eases pain, causing the body to produce its own natural painkillers, as we talked about, and also helps you connect with other people, which is so important. It improves our mood, makes us happier, and it also improves our self-esteem. This is all researched information. It increases personal satisfaction, making it easier to cope with difficult situations, which we do have. We're not insulated from that, or we're not isolated from that. But laughter and joy and humor insulates us in a sense. I listened yesterday, I was in the car for a long time, and I listened to a report on NPR by two psychiatrists and psychologists, and they were talking about the war in Ukraine and people around the world and the guilt that we feel by going on and living our daily lives, and should we have the birthday party for our kids and all that kind of stuff. And they said, absolutely, absolutely. First thing is self-care, is to take care of ourselves so that we are at our best, so that we're at our best. So here's another question. What do you find really funny? Like, what does it for you, you know? What is it? What is it that just feels so joyful and good and gets your belly laughing? Yeah, and how can you get more of that in your life? I'm going to give you homework this week. I want you to find ways to do that. Find ways to bring more laughter into your life. Belly laugh every day. That's your assignment, to belly laugh, to have deep laughter every day for a week. We're going to talk about it next week. And see how it changes you. Just see how it changes you. And I might recommend that you swap the evening news for a comedy. Or have you seen those funny nature pictures? Oh my God. They're so good. Just Google funny nature pictures or funny nature videos or cats. There's nothing funnier than a cat in a laser light. Like, what is funnier than that, you know? Look these things up. Hannah Bailiff, I know I have talked about this before. Hannah, one of our members, has a Facebook page called A Laughter a Day Keeps the Doctor Away. Look at that multiple times a day. Set it on your clock and go in and just see what's new there and laugh. Laugh, 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 laugh. Find jokes, cards, pictures, whatever you can. Hang them in your bathroom, in your kitchen. Put them on the dashboard of your car. Make yourself laugh and share your laughter. But here's a caveat. I want you to really dive deep before you share. Is it funny? Sarcasm is not funny. Laughing at someone else's expense is not funny. Off-color jokes, we used to call them. But jokes that do make fun of other people is not funny. So take a look at that. Take a look at that first. Some jokes just are not appropriate. But whether it's stand-up comedy, a funny movie, a chat with the silliest friend you know, that really is the medicine. So here's what you're going to do. Right now, I want you to tap into how your body feels. Tap in right now. How's your body feel? Kind of your heart rate. You got any aches and pains? Because I want you to recognize how laughter changes your body. I'm going to bring Elaine up here. And she's going to bring us some laughter yoga. And so I want you to check in. Check in with how you feel right now and be prepared for a good laugh.
Thank you. Okay, so the first thing I was instructed to do was to just talk about laughter yoga. And I went on laughteronlineuniversity.com. So this is completely from there. Laughter yoga, often called by the media laughing yoga or yoga laughter, is a form of exercise initially started in India akin to internal jogging that promotes the use of laughter as a form of physical exercise. Nobody really knows who invented it, nor when it first appeared, and there are no mentions of it in the ancient yogic literature. Several eyewitnesses in the US and the UK, the servicemen, reported seeing villagers gathering on a daily basis just to laugh in the 1940s. And there's an organization called hasyam.org who made a very funny movie, claims to have been formally teaching and promoting laughter yoga, but they didn't invent it. And this was from 1970. Whatever its origins, laughter yoga owes its modern success to a family physician, Dr. Madan Kataria, who modernized the practice by simplifying and making accessible to the common people the teachings of earlier laughter pioneers who taught very similar concepts starting in the 1960s. And it grew quickly, and in the mid-1990s, that's when I got turned on to laughter yoga, it became a grassroots social movement of independent laughter yoga clubs, promoting the idea of non-political, non-religious, non-racial, non-threatening, and non-competitive, voluntary, simulated approach to laughter. Its core premise is that your body can and knows how to laugh, regardless of what your mind has to say. Because it follows a body-mind approach to laughter, participants do not need to have a sense of humor. They don't have to know jokes or even be happy. The invitation is to laugh for no reason. And the reason is it's good for you, but just laughing for no reason, faking it until it becomes real. Laughing is an easy way to strengthen all immune functions, bring more oxygen to the body and brain, foster positive feelings, and improve interpersonal skills. The main connection between yoga and laughter is the breath. You know, it's the life force, our prana. And it's fun. The Dalai Lama, like the famous laughter doctor, Patch Adams, both emphatically believed in the power of laughter to heal, energize, enable, and inspire. The Dalai Lama famously laughs at every opportunity and often cracks jokes at his teachings. And Patch Adams spent his entire life using laughter to comfort and even heal the sick. And my first actual experience with laughter yoga was in a meditation class that I used to go to every first and third Monday in New Jersey, starting in like 1986 with Larry Heisler. And he used to do the 5 stages of laughter. So we're going to have kind of like a little laughter hootenanny. So we're going to do, this is a laughter yoga. So when I put up the first finger, you're just going to laugh a little bit. Then when I put up 2 fingers, you're going to laugh a little more heartily, and then until we get to 5. So are we ready? We ready?
Ready.
Okay.
Ready.
Make it till you make it. How's that feel? Feels good, right? And so my best friend Harmony Ananda, she was really my first laughter yoga teacher since 1995. And she had a practice. She was very committed to her practice of laughing for 20 minutes a day. And sometimes she didn't feel like laughing. You know, so she'd start out with, ha, ha, ha. And she would finally get to that place where, you know, I mean, it's fun. It's fun for me. I can just start. I mean, it's like, you can do it. It's a fun thing to do. And then there's also Trish Engert, who teaches laughter yoga around here, and she's known as the Giggling Guru. So we're going to have a little laughter hootenanny. And this is also a kid's song. Now, I lived in my mom's nursery school. We had it in our house. She had a nursery school for 30-something years, and there were kids all over. But I learned how to write kids' songs. Just the simpler, the better. So this is just a call and response. Are we all ready here? Okay.
Yes.
It's called La 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 Laughter. So it goes La 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 Laughter. La 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 Laughter. Laugh and feel good after. Laugh and feel good after. Raising the vibration. Raising the vibration. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. La 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 laughter. La 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 laughter. Laugh and Okay, we're gonna laugh. The more you ha ha ha, the more you ha ha ha, the funnier it gets. The funnier it gets. Laughter is contagious. Laughter is contagious. It can be outrageous. It can be outrageous. Needed more than ever. Needed more than ever. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. The more you ha ha ha, the more you ha ha ha, the funnier it gets. The funnier it gets. It's the bestest medicine. It's the bestest medicine. Rising in a spiral. Rising in a spiral. Feel it going viral. Feel it going viral. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Good job, everybody. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. It's Mike Rosario wishing you all health, wealth, and happiness on this chilly Florida morning. I want to first thank all of you, the many of you, I should say, that wrote in and asked Theresa to have me replace Reverend G today because I'm so much better looking than he is. So I hope you all enjoy that, and thank you again for writing in humor. Anyway, it's now time for our love offering, and Evan will be posting our various methods for you to circulate your blessings today. And in the meantime, let me read you a couple of quotes that I like very much this morning. Plant seeds of happiness, hope, success, and love, and it will all come back to you in abundance. This is the law of nature. And second, showing gratitude is one of the most powerful ways to create abundance. Giving thanks and sharing, especially to CSL, is one of the most beautiful ways to appreciate life. So as always, please give from an attitude of gratitude today. And now join me for a short prosperity prayer. We dwell in the midst of infinite abundance. The abundance of spirit is our infinite source. The river of life never stops flowing. It flows through us into lavish expression. Good comes to us through unexpected avenues, and God works in a myriad of ways to bless us. We now open our minds to receive our good. Nothing is too good to be true. Nothing is too wonderful to have happen. With God as our source, nothing amazes us. We're not burdened by thoughts of past or future. One is gone and the other is yet to come. By the power of our belief, coupled with our purposeful, fearless actions and our deep rapport with spirit, our future is created and our abundance made manifest. We are lifted in this and every moment into higher truth. From this day forward, we give freely and fearlessly into life, and life gives back to us. Blessings come in expected and unexpected ways. God provides for us in wondrous ways for the work that we do. In great gratitude, we release this truth into the universe, knowing it is done. And so it is. Keep laughing. Back to Bobby.
Hi, Bob.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, everybody. I receive the gift of life and pass it on. I receive the gift of love and pass it on. I receive the gift of joy and pass it on. I receive all good and pass it on. I receive the gift of life and pass it on. I receive the gift of love and pass it on. I receive the gift of joy and pass it on. I receive all good and pass it on.
Okay. Well, that was so much fun. Oh my God, did you have a blast? I had a blast. I love that. I love that. Thank you so much, Elaine. That laughter joke. That was just great. That was so much fun. Just a few announcements. Rev G started the Power of Eight book club last week, last Thursday. If you were on the fence and you want to talk to somebody who's in it, or you want to talk to Rev G, I encourage you to do that. It's a book club, so you can catch up, you can read it and catch up. And they're doing in person or online, so that may be of interest to some of you. Next week, Elaine started with one of Mindy's songs, Ain't Florida Neat. And next Sunday afternoon, I think it starts at 3. 3 to 6 at Fogartyville, which is WSLR downtown Fogartyville. They're doing her family and friends are doing a celebration of life. So there's going to be some words spoken and lots of music. It's a potluck, so you're encouraged to attend and participate. All the information is on our email. The links there. You do have to RSVP because they need to know how many people are coming. And Fogartyville has some guidelines for COVID, and so you need to be up on all of that. So look at the e-blast that went out Friday, and also Julie's Intuitive Collage Playdate, which was scheduled for next Sunday, has been moved to next month, April 10th, so it doesn't conflict with Mindy's celebration. So again, all that's on the newsletter. The links are there, ways to sign up, and all that kind of stuff. So make sure you're getting that. And if you do get it, make sure you're opening it and make sure that you read all the way down so you don't miss any of this good stuff. You can go to Facebook to sign up, or you can go to our website, which is CSLCulturalCoast.org. And you will want to watch for, because it's not on there yet, but in April, our garden group, our Sacred Garden, the organic garden that was started, which is flourishing, it's just amazing, it's beautiful. They're going to do a volunteer day. They're going to invite people out, so you can come see the garden, like an open house, but an open garden, and you can come see it and see if you think that you'd like to participate in the garden, in volunteering and that kind of thing. And there's also going to be a fundraiser for the garden coming up soon too, to help them put in irrigation. So you want to make sure that you're getting the email and that you're opening it and reading everything. And then lastly, if you want prayer support, we love to support you in knowing your highest and best. So send an email to prayer@CSLCulturalCoast.org, and we will keep you in affirmative prayer for the coming week. So make sure that you do that. And with that, Elaine's got another fun song to lead us out and into our week. And don't forget your homework. I'm going to check it next week. I love you. Bye.
Love you too. Okay, so as worthy deservers that we are, as extensions and expressions of source energy, I'm going to be sharing this song with you, and if you'd like to be included in this sentiment, then you're invited to sing along. And it goes like this. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes-Benz? My friends all drive Porsches, I must make amends. Worked hard all my lifetime, no help from my friends. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes-Benz? Oh Lord, won't you buy me a 70-inch smart TV? Dialing $4 is trying to find me. I wait for delivery each day until 3. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a 70-inch smart TV? Oh Lord, won't you buy me a night on the town? I'm counting on you, Lord. Please don't let me down. Prove that you love me and buy the next round. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a night on the town? Everybody, oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes-Benz? My friends all drive Porsches, I must make amends. Worked hard all my lifetime, no help from my friends. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes-Benz? And I also want to add gratitude and release to the law, and so it is.
So it is.
So it is.
Yeah.